ओम अप्यायन्तु ममांगानि वाक्प्राणश्चक्षुश्रोत्रमथो बलम् इन्द्रियाणि च सर्वाणि सर्वं ब्रह्मोपनिषदम् माहं ब्रह्म निराकुर्याम् मा ब्रह्म निराकरोत् अनिराकरणमस्तु अनिराकरणं मे अस्तु तदात्मनि निरतेय उपनिषत्सु धर्मा ते मयि सन्तु Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. We are studying Samavediya Chandogya Upanishad, and last time we studied up to the first mantra of the second section of the first chapter of Chandogya Upanishad. And while reading the commentary, we could not complete it. Last para was remaining, and so today I take up the mantra once more. देवासुराः वै यत्र संयेति रे उभये प्राजापत्याः तद्ह देवा उद्गीतम् आजरुः अनेन अभिभविष्याम इति. Gods and demons. It is in the past, definitely. Yatra here means for what cause. Yatra normally means where, but in this context it means for what cause. Yatra. Sanyetire fought. Uvaye prajapatyaha. Both are Prajapati's progeny. Tadha deva. At that time, gods Udgitam ajarru. Practiced Udgita. Anena abhibhavishyama iti. By this, we will become strong and defeat the asuras. So the idea is that Prajapati means this person himself, who is fit to do action and also meditate. That is the context in the beginning. And devas are the waves of the mind, vrittis, which corresponds to what is sanctioned by the scriptures, or in short we may say, good pravrittis. While the asuras are opposite of them, mental waves, but which do not follow the scriptures. That means bad mental waves. Their fight is eternally going on. Now, on one such occasion, the proper vrittis thought that if we do chant Udgita, that means chant Om, then we shall gain strength. Because Om is the name of Paramatma. We shall gain strength means we shall get God's support. And then we shall definitely defeat these asuras. Now, in the Shankar Bhashya, same thing is explained. A question is raised that Shankar, while explaining, tells that did they only practice Om? Shankar says, no, that is not the practice. They did the Samavediya karma, of which a part is chanting of Om, chanting of Udgita. And here whole Udgita is represented by Om. So it is not simply chanting of Om, but along with the work prescribed, the ritual prescribed in the Vedas, of which chanting of Om is a part. So we must take for granted that they did that karma and chanted Om. And why gods and demons are progeny of Prajapati? because it is from the I consciousness that both the vrittis are born. Up to this we read, and then the last para we read now. Tat tatra utkarsha apakarsha lakshana nimitte. Utkarsha, one's rise, apakarsha, suppressing the other. For this purpose, Deva, so that was the purpose of fighting. Now during that, Deva, the good vrittis, Udgitam, Udgita Bhakti Upalikshitam, Audgatram Karma Ajaru Aritavanta. So it is only a symbol that they did Udgita, but they did that ritual which is represented by Udgita. Tasyapi kevalasya aharana asambhavat. So only that much karma is not possible. Jyotishtomadi aritavanta iti abhipraya. So many daily sacrifices or Samavediya sacrifices like Jyotishtoma, of which this Udgita Bhakti is a part. Chanting of that particular stotra is a part of Jyotishtoma, etc. So evidently they practiced Jyotishtoma and other things, and along with that they practiced this Omkara also. Why did they practice Omkara? Tat kimartham ajarru iti uchyate. That is being told, anena karmana enan asuran abhibhavishyama iti evam abhipraya santa. So they wanted to defeat the bad vrittis, and with that purpose in mind, they thought by this ritual karma, we shall gain power and then we can defeat the asuras. So a lesson is given here, unless you invoke the help of Supreme God by Omkar, you cannot win over the asuric pravrittis. Okay, now we come to second mantra. Teha Nasikyam Pranam Udgitam Upasan Chakrire Tamha Asuraha Papmana Vividhu Tasmat Tena Uvayam Jigrati Suravicha Durgandicha Papmanahi Esha Viddha. Now, while singing, they became attached to one of the organs. So, Nasikyam Pranam means the consciousness was, we are the smellers. We are the smellers. Nasikyam Pranam, the life in Nasika. But life in Nasika definitely means the consciousness behind the life in Nasika. The consciousness or Brahman or I as the reflection of Brahman behind the life in the Nasika. This will be the detailed meaning. The mantra is too short. So, Nasikyam Pranam, and Nasikyam Pranam is not the object of meditation. Object of meditation throughout is Om only. So, they became the subject of meditation, not the object. The subject means one who is doing that meditation. That is Nasikya Prana. That means when they had the consciousness, I am the smeller. That is that Nasikyam Prana as the subject. Nasikyam Prana as the subject doing meditation meaning is the consciousness in man, I am the smeller. Now this became prominent. Sometimes when we smell becomes prominent, sometimes taste becomes prominent, sometimes some indriya becomes prominent. Meaning is that the I shifts. The I consciousness shifts due to attachment. A person is too much attached to his nose, and so he feels, I am the smeller. That is attachment. So that becomes the subject of meditation, because object of meditation is always Om or Brahman represented by Om. So the meaning, inside meaning is that Teha Nasikam Pranam Udgitham Upasan Chakrire. Udgitha Upasana means chanting of Om. Chakrire, they did it. Now what happens? If one is attached to one of his organs, the evil tendencies also will shoot up. That is, involved lessons are many here. If you are attached to one of your indriyas, if you feel I am the smeller, then there is a lot of scope for the bad tendencies to rise. And then they attack. And when they attack, you are injured by sin. Tamha asuraha papmana vivido. They injured it with sin. That means, if you are attached to any one organ, then you are liable to be deteriorated, injured by the evil tendencies. That is the meaning here. Tasmat tena uvayam jigrati. So, he started smelling both. Surabhicha, Durgandecha, good smell and bad smell, because he is injured by sin. Papmana hi esha buddha. Now, Shankar will explain. Please understand this ubhaya clearly. He is smelling good smell because the nature, that is the nature of the nose. That is the nature of the pure nose. Pure nose will get only good smell. But being attached to that nose, being intoxicated by the feeling that I am the smeller, you are liable to be attacked by the evil tendencies. And when you are attacked by the evil tendencies, then this bad smell also comes. So, ubhaya, both, does not mean that because you are attacked, so you are smelling both. No. One of that smell, surabhi, is your natural tendency. If a man is holy, if a man is not specially attached to his nose, then whatever he smells, he will get good smell only in his life. But if he is attached, liable to be injured, then you get the other also. In this way, ubhaya should be taken. Ubhaya should not be taken in the sense that both you are getting because you are attacked by sin. No. One of them is your nature. You will meet with good smells only if you follow always the Shastriya methods. But if you are attached and you allow it to be damaged by asura, the demonic tendencies, then you get both. One already you had, the other also you get. That is the meaning of both here. That is how Shankara has explained. Otherwise this ubhaya does not have any meaning. Because one is already there with you. So how both due to sin? No. One is already there. The other also you get due to sin. And so you smell both. That is how the both should be taken. So, because you are attached, damaged by sin, so you are getting both. That is how the meaning should be taken. To short are these mantras. So we come to Shankar Bhashya now. This we took up only to get the meaning of Ubhayo. Yada cha tad udgitam karma jirshavaha. When they became desirous of doing udgita karma, Om, chanting along with the ritual during which Om is chanted, when they wanted to do this, Tehadeva, those good tendencies, that means I supporting those good tendencies. Nasikyam nasikayam bhavam pranam. Now, what vital force? Prana is life. So, what is the life force in the nose? I, consciousness at the back of that life. Chetanavantam granam. Chetanavantam granam. So, the nose with life means with consciousness associated with that. Granam, pranam. So here, pranam, the life in nose means smelling, the organ of smelling. Udgita kartaram, this you remember. He is the doer of that Udgita. He is not being chanted. He is the chanter of that Udgita. Udgita kartaram. Karta is not maker, huh? Karta means doing, the doer of that Udgita karma. Udgataram, that means the chanter. Udgita bhaktya upasanchakrire. So with the Udgita song, you have explained this. Udgita bhakti is Udgita song of the Samaveda. Upasanchakrire, contemplated, meditated. Meditate on what? Om. Krutavanta means practiced iti artha. Nasikya prana drishtya udgita akam aksharam omkaram upasanchakrire iti artha. Nasikya prana drishtya. That means Om, the Paramatma, has become my life in the nose. That is the drishti. Drishti at this point is the Udgitam Aksharam. The meditation will be on Om. But Nasikya Prana Drashtya, the Supreme Being represented by Om, has become for the present the life in my nose. Life means we already seen the Chetana in my nose. That reflection of the original consciousness sitting in my nose. Upasanchakrire iti artha, that is the meaning. Evami prakrutartha parityago aprakrutartha upadanam channa krutam syat. In this way only we are sticking to the real meaning of the text in the Upanishad. We are not going to imagine something which is not told by the Shruti. In this way only. When we think that Udgita Prana is the chanter, I am the Udgita Prana. Khalo etaseva aksharasya iti omkaro upasyataya prakruta. Because the whole thing is omkara upasana. Etaseva aksharasya, this very syllable representing Brahman, which is Om. So that is the object of, that is the thing meditated upon. Nanu udgito upalakshitam karma aritavanta iti avocha. Idanimeva कथम नासिक्य प्राणदृष्ट्या ओंकारमुपासन चक्रे इति अर्थ. Iti artha. In the last mantra, you have said that they did all the anusthana of Jyotistoma, etc. And here you are telling they only meditated on Om. How is that? He said, take that for granted. Take that for granted that they are doing that ritual, whichever is necessary. And during that ritual, they are chanting Om. Here, the new thing only is that they are thinking of themselves as I am the smeller. That is the addition. Not that only that much they are doing. That is not possible. So ritual they are doing. And during the ritual they are chanting Om. But the chanter consciousness is I am the smeller. This chanter is chanting Om. That is the meaning. Naisha dosha, that is not the fault of ours. Udgita karmani eva tat kartru prana devata drishtya tat kartru prana devata. The doer only is here changed or specified. Drashtya Udgita Bhakti Avayava Onkara, and Onkar is a part of that Udgita song. Upasyatvena Vivakshito Na Swatantraha. So, Upasya, the object, the subject of meditation is that Om, not independently of the ritual. Ritual is taken for granted. Only the chanter is specified as I am the smeller. Ata tadarthena karma aritavanta iti yuktam eva uktam. So, for that sake, they did that karma also is evident. Tam evam devair vrutam udgataram ha asura swabhavika tama atmano jyotirupam nasikyam pranam devam sothena papmanam dharma asangarupena vividor viddavanta sansargam krutavanta iti artha. Now, jyotirupam atmanam, I am the consciousness in the nose. So, he could not get attached to virtue. Dharma asangarupena vividu. In that way they damaged. They damaged it in the sense that he could not always remain associated with good smelling. Sai nasikya prana kalyana gandha grahana abhimana asanga abhibhuta viveka vijnano babhuva. So that I am the smeller, usually attached to good smell only, lost its discrimination because of attachment. And so it became injured by the bad waves. Satyena doshena papma sansargi babhuva. So because of that attachment, he became associated with the bad waves also, the sin also. Tadidamuktam asura papmana vividu. That is being told in the wording that the demons attacked it. Demons attacked it is used to mean that due to the attachment, he became filled with sin also. Yasmad asurena papmana vidya tasmat tena papmana prerito grana prano durgandha grahaka praninam. So it is common to all the beings that when they become attached to that smelling, then they get attacked by sin. And goaded by that sin, they smell both. So both means ata tena ubhayam jagrati loka. So therefore people smell both. What is both? Surabhicha durgandicha. Papmana yasha yasmad vidda. They smell good and bad both because they are attacked by sin. Avivakshitam. Here it does not mean that due to pap they smell both. That is not the implied meaning. Yasya ubhayam havir arti marchati iti yadvat. So this is a mantra from the Karma Kanda. That now we put ghee in havan and we put purodash in also in the havan. Now, because both of them become polluted, the havan becomes polluted. Now it is not necessary that both become polluted. If one of them becomes polluted, the homa is polluted. In that way, it is told ubhaya. Ubhaya does not mean that both come due to sin. One of them comes due to sin, so both is used in the sense of one of them. Similarly, as in Karma Kanda, because Karma Kanda was more known to people who are practicing this. Karmanga Upasana we are dealing, so Upasana is introduced in the Karma, so Karma they are known. And so from Karma Kanda it is given an example that when it is said both, if both have become polluted, there we do not mean both. We mean only one of them. Similarly here, only one of them, that is the papmana with the, then one of the bad smell comes. Yad eva idam apratirupam jigrati iti samana prakarana shrute. So Brihadaranyaka also, same context is there, and there also it is said, this, the bad smell comes due to this. So there it is specified, this is the bad smell. And so here also take the same meaning, that both does not mean both. Both means one of them, the bad one, the other one is natural for smell. So we go to third mantra. When that was attacked, then what the devas do? If the Nasikam prana, which they had believed in because they had become attached to it, it failed to serve their purpose, so they shifted their attachment. Athaha, therefore, they shifted Vacham Udgitam Upasan Chakri Ray. They took up another karmendriya, the Vani Indriya. And in the Vani Indriya, same meaning. In the Vani Indriya, attached means I am the talker. I am the talker. They shifted their eye consciousness to the life in the talking, backed by Chaitanya. So I am the talker. Becoming that, they did Udgita Upasana. Upasana is Udgita, Upasana is Omkar. And it is part of karma and all those things are common. But the attachment or the doership, they shifted. When Nasikam prana did not do their purpose, they shifted and they thought we will be known as talkers, become attached to that talking indriya, so they became talkers, and again they did the same Omkar Upasana. Tamha asura papmana vivido. Tam means Vani is three feminine gender word. So that her also the bad pravritti is attacked because of the attachment to I am the talker, because of the limited consciousness that I am the talker. It was also polluted. Tasmat taya ubhayam vadati satyam cha, anrutam cha. So the meaning should be taken in the same way. One Shankara has explained that. Then he started talking truth and also untruth. So, not that both due to attack, but Satyam talking is his nature. The nature of I am the talking, the correct nature of I am the talking is to speak the truth. But because of the attachment, specification, it became polluted by sin, and then the second one also was added. Satyam cha anrutam cha papmana hi esha vidya. Because he has been attacked by sin, so the second one also came. Now, similarly, we have to continue, that is, shifting of the doership. Attachment, I consciousness shifted, because that did not serve the purpose. Atha chakshurudgitam upasanchakrive, तद असुरा पापमना विविदो तस्मात् तेन उभयं पश्यति दर्शनीयं च अदर्शनीयं च पापमना हि एतद्विद्धम्. So repetition, shifting of I consciousness. The being in the I am the seer. With this as the subject, they did the same upasana. Everything else common. That ritual is going on and they are chanting Udgita or Om in place of Udgita, but doership is changed. I am the person in the I and I am doing this. I the person in the I the life in the I the consciousness behind that life in the I am chanter. And with that they did it. Then that also, because of the attachment, become polluted by sin, polluted by the attack of the asuras, and therefore, same, both he speaks, both he sees things to be seen, seeable, liable to be good objects to be seen, adarsaniyam cha, and unwanted to see those objects also, he started seeing. See, the beauty psychological is that if a man goes on following the scriptures, wherever his temporary attachment may be, wherever his I consciousness may be, but he continues to stick to the scriptural injunctions, he will always see only the good things of life. He will never see the bad things. Bad things are there because he is attacked by the sin, which is due to attachment to that particular organ. Same, he did not succeed because he is attacked by sin. It is speaking, it is seeing bad things also. Atha shrotram udgitam upasan chakrire. Atha everywhere means that did not succeed, so they tried another. Atha shrotram udgitam upasan chakrire tad asura papmana vivido tasmat tena ubhayam shrunoti shravaniyam cha ashravaniyam cha papmana hi etadviddham. So they then shifted the I consciousness along with attachment. Shankara has explained in the first one that I am the smeller gave rise to, we read that. Dharma asanga rupena vividu sansargam atha tadarthena karma arthavanta iti somewhere. सही नासिक क्या प्राणा कल्याण गंध ग्रहण अभिमान आसंग अभिभूत विवेक विज्ञानो बहु. This one sentence. repeat everywhere. That I consciousness attached to Nasika was always smelling good smells. He became ego that I am always smelling good smells. That ego, Abhimana, and attachment to that smelling organ that make him injured with papa. And we say Asura made him injured with papa because of its own ego, that I am always a good smeller, and being attached to that particular organ, it became injured by sin, and that is being told as Asuras made it injured by sin. This applies everywhere. That I am good speaker, I always speak good. That becomes ego, special ego. And you are attached to speaking. That gets injured. And we say the Asuras injured it. Similarly, I always say good things. You become egoistic about it and become attached to seeing. That becomes injured. Similarly, ears. So they shifted it to, I hear only good things. Good music, good scriptural. That is only what that ego spoils you. The attachment to ears spoils you. And then you become injured by sin, and we say your bad vrittis injured you. Bad vrittis arise because you become filled with ego. You lose the discrimination that only if I am attached to God in my hearing, then only I will continue to get good things to hear. If I give up attachment to God and become attachment to ego in the ears, then I will get spoiled. Shrunoti, Shravaniyam cha Shravaniyam cha, Papmana etad viddam. So, we should be heard, we should not be heard. Both you start getting because you are attacked by sin. Atha mana udgitam upasan chakrire. Then they shifted it to mind, the thinking organ. I am the good thinker. I always think of good thoughts. In this way you became egoistic. And you specialize only in thinking. You become attached to that thinking in comparison to all your indriyas, etc. That is all right. But you are not constantly thinking what suggested by the scriptures. So, as soon as you give up that attachment, you become attached to I, the thinker, that I am always thinking good thoughts, you will be injured. That ego of a good thinker, attachment to thinking organ, itself will spoil you and will say that the bad vrittis in the mind has spoiled you. And so, you will think the right things, you will think the bad things also. Tad asura papmana vividu tasmat tena ubhayam sankalpayate sankalpaniyam cha sankalpaniyam cha. So what should be thought of and what should not be thought of, that both you started doing it, papmana etad viddam, because you are injured by sin. So Shankara has a common commentary for these mantras. Mukhya pranasya upasyattvaya tad vishuddhatva anubhavartho ayam vichara shrutya pravartita. That is about the next mantra. So, where to put your ego? Where to remain attached? That is what Shruti wants to tell you. So, these particularizations Shruti is criticizing. That is how Shankar, this is not the commentary on the old, you may say, it is the introduction to the seventh mantra. That tad vishuddhatvat, tad vishuddhatva anubhavartho, ayam vichara shrutya pravartita. Tad means mukhya prana. What is mukhya prana? I am living. I am a living being. I am the consciousness behind the living being. This is a direct reflection of Brahma. This is a direct reflection of the Purusha who is living. That Prajapati, the cosmic Prajapati, his reflection only is I am living. Lesson is that Nasika, Khan, etc., when they do the work, they keep something for themselves, isn't it? Nose also feels the good smell. So nose wants to have good smell for itself and good smell for the whole personality. Ear wants to have good hearing for itself and for all parts of personality. Mind also wants to keep the enjoyment of good thinking to itself and then supplies good thinking to the personality. So all of them have some selfish attachment to themselves and along with others because they are gods. While this Mukhya Prana, for whom he is doing, I am living. For whom? For my entire personality. Am I keeping something for myself also? I am living because I want all my personality to live and be nourished. And so it works. So that is the another important spiritual lesson. In the household, say, the man earns money. Does he keep himself? Or he uses it for the whole family? If one of the members started using that money for himself, he will be polluted. If the Karta also keeps something for himself and the other for his members, he will become polluted. But the lesson is that if you are really unselfish, you will never be polluted. Is the main lesson conveyed in this second chapter, second section. So that is what he is telling. Tad vishuddhatva anubhavartham. That can be really pure. The mukhya prana, I am a living being, can be made pure by constantly attaching to its source. For that, this discussion has been introduced. Ata chakshuradi devata kramena vicharya. And therefore, eyes, etc., he has taken in order. Asurena papmana vidya iti upoyante. So it was told that the demonic tendencies have injured them one by one. Samanamanyat. He says, in all the mantras take the same meaning. Atha vacham chakshu shrotram mana ityadi. Anuktapi anyaha tu grasanadi devata drashtavya. So eating that devata which has not been talked about, that also you include. Even the eater, etc. Evam u khalu eta devata papmabi iti shrutyantara. Because Brihadaranyaka has taken the same subject and there he has said all these devatas are injured by papa. So those which are not enumerated also let you include. So we now come to Mukhya Prana. Atha ya evayam Mukhya Pranaha tam udgitam upasanchakrire tam ha asura ritva vidadvansuhu yatha ashmanam akhanam ritva vidvanseta. So, now they worshipped, chanted Om along with the ritual, but what was the subject? What was the doer? I am the entire living being. So I am the living being is not specific attachment to any organ. No ego due to expertise in any special organ. I am living being. I am living being for the whole personality. And I am living being can be directly taken as from the cosmic living. I am the individual born of that. Athaha ya eva ayam mukhya prana. What is this main life force? Tam udgitam upasan chakrire. Tam udgitam we understood. They made that the subject, the meditator, who I am. I am the living being. I am a reflection of Brahman. So, relatively, comparatively, this I itself you please purify. You don't go about purifying eyes, nose, throat. It will not do. You will become attached to that. But if you purify your own self, I, living being, if this you purify, then what will happen? Tama asura ritva. So, those demonic qualities will approach it. Vidadvansu, in order to damage. Yatha ashmana akhanam rutva vidvanset. So there is a stone and there is a cloud of earth. If you hit the stone with the cloud of earth, nothing is going to happen to the stone. The cloud of earth will get disintegrated and fall down. So, the demonic qualities, if they try to attack this personality as a whole, this worshipper of Brahman as a whole, relatively, they cannot injure you. There you are not specifically attached to any of your organs. You are the living being. You are the consciousness behind the living being. You are nothing but the reflection of the consciousness. There is no specification. Two lessons. If you are specifically attached to some organ, then you are polluted. When you do not follow the Vedic injunctions, then you are polluted. So, this Mukhya Prana, I the living being, always should be attached to the scriptural meaning of this I. Then it will never be polluted. That is the lesson. The attempt at pollution will go on, bad waves may rise, but it will hit it and fall down. Nothing will happen. Asurena vidvattat granadi devata apoya. So, because all the deities were being attacked by demons, they gave them up. Atha anantaram, and then ya eva ayam prasiddho mukhe bhavo mukhya pranam. So, residing place of that mukhya prana is your mouth. Tam udgitam upasan chakrire. Making him the meditator, they did Om. Tamha asura purvavat. So, like in other indriyas, the demon qualities, ritva, approaching, reaching, prapya, vidvansuhu, vinashtaha, abhipraya matrena. Their thought to destroy you itself destroyed them. The demonic qualities themselves. Akrutva kinchidapi pranas. Without being hurt, that mukhya prana. I am the being that they could not touch and they themselves fell down. Katham vinashta, what is the example of that getting destroyed? iti atra drishtantam. There this example is being given. Yatha loke, as in the world, ashmanam akhanam na shakyate khanitum kuddala devirapi. Now, there is a stone, and even by the kudala, that is the digging instrument, you cannot cut a stone. And that you are trying to damage by clod of earth. So it is very strong. न शक्यते खनितुम कुद्दाला देवीरपि टंकैश्च छेत्तुम न शक्यो खना. You cannot engrave something on that stone. Hard stone, granite stone, you cannot engrave something also. You cannot dig it also. Akhanastam ritva samarthyat loshtaha pansupindaha. Loshta means cloud of earth. Shrutyantarat ashmani kshipto. In other Upanishad also it is there. When the cloud of earth was thrown on the stone, ashma bhedana abhiprayena, for the sake of destroying that stone, tasya ashmana kinchidapi akrutva, could not do anything to that stone. Swayam vidvanset, the cloud itself got destroyed. Vidiryata, vidiryeta, it itself gets destroyed. Evam vidvansu iti artha. That is the meaning of it getting destroyed. Vidiryeta, gets scattered. That means it is destroyed. The cloud of air getting scattered is the destruction of the cloud. Evam vishuddho asurair adarshitvat prana iti. So, prana, I, the living being, remains undamaged by sin, the demonic qualities. Try to hit it but cannot do anything. So that is the lesson. Evam vida pranatma bhutasya idam phalamah. No, because it is an upasana, it should be described what fruit you will get by that. Evam yathashmanam akhanam ritva avidvamsata eva evam ha eva sa vidvamsate ya evam vidhi papam kamayate yascha enam abhidasati sa esho ashma khanaha. So now carry it to people trying to injure you. Your own demonic qualities cannot injure you, has been shown. So now carry, the phala is that you carry, your character remains strong, even your enemies try to attack you. That is the phala. If you make it so strong, then not only your own demonic qualities, but your enemies also try to pull you to their bad ways, make you sinner, but you will not be polluted. That is the phala. Evam yathashmanam akanam ritva. So as we take it up again on the next Wednesday, where is this place? And then this itself will be made in several details. Om apyayantu mamangani vak pranascha chakshu shrotramatho valam indriyani cha sarvani sarvam brahma upanishadam maham brahma nirakuryam mama brahma nirakarot anirakaranamastu anirakaranam me astu tadatmani nirateye upanishadsu dharma te mayi santu ओम शांति शांति शांति। हरि
हरि
ओम तत्सत। श्री राम कृष्ण।